Special presentation from In the Money Media, PTF, back with you to talk about a problem I've encountered. I know many horse racing bettors and sports bettors have encountered the problem of getting accounts funded in a smooth way. Well, there's an answer to this problem. And to tell us how it works, we now bring in Edge Boost founder, Seni Thomas. Seni, how are things, my friend?
Fantastic. Great intro. Thank you so much for framing the problem. And yeah, like for me, I come from outside this industry. I come from finance and just kind of started getting into, sports betting and, started getting into horse racing. And I just could not believe how difficult, it was just to get my bets down and just moving money in and out. And then, sports betting was one thing, but then, once I started looking at some of the horse racing sites, they want me to walk around the corner, a couple miles away and deposit money at a Rite Aid or something. I was like, this is crazy. I can't believe that this is still an option, in 2024. So, we took a hard kind of look at the problem, and there's all these solutions out there, whether they try to do these wallets and ACH transfers. Everything's really clunky. It's slow. It's really expensive for the operators as well. They need to eat all of those costs. But when we kind of drilled it all down, the core problem is that banks just, are either block or limit a lot of the transactions in this space. And horse racing actually is blocked the most out of all the different kind of betting categories, right? It has the highest level of friction. We see about a 40% of the debit cards being declined. And what this really does too is it really discourages a lot of new players from coming into this ecosystem. If anyone, less than 40 who is watching at a derby party and wants to, get some action down, if your first experience is I have to walk around the corner and my card doesn't work, you've literally lost those players. So I think it really hurts kind of bringing fresh blood into this whole ecosystem.
I think that's an excellent point, and something like I said, we know well as horse players. Sometimes there's an opportunity, maybe take advantage of a promotion from an
Yeah.
ADW you haven't used, but then you have to deal with a hassle and send in a canceled check and wait a week. You're not going to do that realistically. Enter Edge Boost. I'm going to share the website now. Tell us how this works and how it can solve the problem we've been talking about.
Super simple. Basically, what we did is we partnered with a bank and we built a financial platform for bettors. So what this means is that you takes less than 2 minutes. You just have to verify your identity, and then we actually give you a full, real checking deposit account right in the U.S. financial system. And then we issue you this Edge Boost Visa debit card. So this is the first dedicated card that Visa's ever done in the space. And your starting limit on daily spend on this debit card is $100,000. Right? It goes up to $250,000. And it's 100% guaranteed approval across all betting activity. This means that you can go to a casino, you can go to a sports book, a daily fantasy site, sweeps, you name it. And obviously, where we see a lot of this friction is in horse betting. And this can work physically at the track as well. And it's that easy. So what you do is you set it up, you fund it from your normal checking account, right? So you move the funds from your Chase account, Bank of America, etc., into your Edge account. Once it's in that Edge account, you now have full access to wherever you want it to go. And then for daily fantasy and for sports betting, we actually even offer you cash back up to 0.5% per deposit. So if you're looking for that 2-3% edge a year, you're now completely changes the math, right? You're literally getting 0.5% cash back guaranteed on deposit.
That's fantastic. That idea of being able to improve your ROI just from your method of funding. Now, again, that's for sports and daily fantasy, not for racing at this point. To learn more, edgeboost.bet. That's the website that you want to go to. Before I let you go here today, Seni, I did want to talk to you about some of the other benefits of using a card like this. I, for one, know the amount that I've bet in my life, the advantages of having separate dedicated money that's your betting bankroll.
100%.
And this
Yeah.
this really enables that in a way where you don't have to be looking at an upcoming betting competition and deciding whether you're going to use that out of the same checking account or debit account where you're paying for your groceries. If you can take money for a season of the year or even the entire year and put it aside, that's going to enable you to make better decisions and do a better job when it comes to all the decisions you need to make vis-a-vis gambling. Obviously, having an edgeboost.bet account and this card is going to enable you to have that dedicated bank account more easily. I'd love you to speak about those benefits a little more.
Yeah, thank you so much. And this is something that we really talk about a lot, because it's first of all, you can budget exactly kind of what you mentioned. We have a number of responsible gaming tools as well. Things you can like lock yourself out of your account for up to 30 days. You can send a weekly transaction, to a sponsor or a buddy just for, accountability. The same thing as working out, right? But the really kind of important thing that we see is having a holistic view of all of your gaming activity in one place. So it's not like, here's my DraftKings account, here's something over at Naira, and everything's split up. I don't have a great idea of how much I'm spending. Also, I might have, maybe I set up a weekly limit over here, but that caps out. It's one tap away to go to another app. So this idea of having all of this in your whole gaming bankroll in one location, being able to deploy it and see all of that in one location is really powerful. And then as an additional benefit too, I think one of the really kind of important things about segmenting, which people in the UK and Europe know, in very kind of mature markets, but I think there's a lot of new people entering the gaming industry in the US. But when it comes to underwriting, so things like, mortgages, where you have to send, a few years of your general purpose checking account, it's just a huge red flag, when you're seeing a lot of these transactions in and out of these types of accounts. Right. So on top of that, it's and maybe you're younger and you haven't bought a house yet, but this could really end up kind of biting you in the butt in a couple of years. So it's really only upside. I mean, like segmenting it, and I think that we talk about all these, but I think the number one reason that always comes back is your wife can't see the transactions.
Keeping it separate does have benefits other than the good decision making.
Correct.
There also is a little bit of an out of your business thing. That's a great point about, thinking about it in terms of credit rating. I hadn't even really paused on that. The ability to earn cash back. It's a win-win. Folks interested, Seni, where should they go? What should they do?
Like you said, it's edgeboost.bet. It's very easy to sign up. It's just the normal KYC that you would normally do when you sign up for any gaming operator. We don't store any of that information, just goes to third parties. Nothing is ever stored with us. And in less than 2 minutes, you will be up and running with a full account, full debit card that can be used anywhere.
I think I'm going to be doing this myself. Encourage the listeners and viewers to join us. Seni, we'll talk to you again soon, but really appreciated talking to you and learning more about Edge Boost. To learn more, once again, that URL, edgeboost.bet. We'll be talking soon, my friend.
Fantastic. Thank you for having me. Cheers.